Hi friends, insect bites, urgent care. In fact, there are two types of insects that give us trouble: blood sucking and stinging. So someone stung us or someone bit us. What can happen? There may be a reaction, local and general. An insect can bite into the hand and the hand will turn red. This is a local reaction. Or it can bite into the hand and a rash and itching will appear all over the body and the person will start to choke. This is a general reaction. Note that 5% of people have severe allergic reaction to insect stings. That is, everything is quite irrelevant. I draw your attention right away. This is what you should now understand. There is never a severe reaction at the first bite. That's if a child is bitten by a bee for the first time in his life, there will be nothing dangerous. The second time will be an allergic reaction. The third time will always be worse. That's people do not get used to insect bites. Each subsequent reaction is more dangerous than the previous one. If after an insect bite a pronounced local reaction occurs, then there are real chances that a general reaction will occur after the next bite. And if there was a strong general reaction, then another bite can be fatal. I pay attention to this. Therefore, if a child is bitten by a wasp or a bee and is really sick, then you have no right to leave the house until you visit a doctor and get a prescription for emergency medicine. Otherwise, you are really risking your child's life. Now, let's imagine that your child is stung by a bee. How fundamentally is a bee sting different from the stings of all other insects? The bee is the only insect that leaves a stinger after a bite. And what is very important, this sting has a sac in which the poison is located. If we remove the sting and don't crush the pouch, that's good. But if we start picking, grabbing with our hands and crushing the poison, then a very pronounced reaction is possible. Therefore, you can remove the sting with tweezers or with a coin or plastic card. First, we need to make sure that the poison from the bite is not absorbed. What can we do for this? Apply ice immediately and hold for 10 minutes. If after 10 minutes the redness has not disappeared, then there is a medicine called anti-allergic ointment. As a rule, this is a 1% hydrocortisone ointment. If hydrocortisone ointment did not help, redness, itching, swelling, then we use an anti-allergic agent of general action, antihistamines in the form of tablets or syrup. For example, cetirizine or loratadine. And now let's imagine, after all, that the matter did not end with a local reaction. There was a general reaction. A rash all over the body, a rash appeared, and so on. What do in such a situation? What to do in such a situation? We have one option for you to help. I capture your attention. Whether we can implement this option or not depends solely on our foresight. It cannot be that you come with a child to nature. He was bitten by a wasp there, and the child covered with a rash and began to suffocate. This does not happen. As soon as this happened, it means that before that the child had already been bitten by a wasp, and something turned red and itched for a long time. But his mom decided it was okay. That's his mother was inattentive. She was not prepared for the fact that the next bite might get worse. Therefore, if a general reaction occurs and you have nothing at hand, you immediately run to the doctor, because it can get worse at any moment. In any case, you need to apply cold and make a tight bandage as soon as possible, preferably with an elastic bandage 5 cm above the bite, if the bite is in the arm or leg, so that the poison is not absorbed into the blood. So there was a local reaction. We went to the doctor, and the doctor told us that if there was a reaction, then we are risking a person's life. There may be a general reaction next time, and the general reaction can give angioedema, anaphylactic shock, respiratory arrest, and a drop in blood pressure. This means that we should always have 2 drugs with us. This is, first of all, a hormonal agent. As a rule, it is prednisolone or dexamethasone in ampoules, and we administer this medicine intramuscularly. Dose, if a child weighing up to 30 kilogram, 2 milliliter. If a child weighing more than 30 kilogram, 3 milliliter. If there is a general reaction in which there is difficulty in breathing, we use epinephrine in the form of a ready-made disposable syringe called EpiPen. Dose, if a child under 6 years old, 0,15 milliliter. From 6 to 12 years old, 0,25 milliliter. Over 12 years old, 0,5 milliliter. If there is no improvement within 5 minutes, the dose can be repeated. Prevention. Prevention is based on repellent. There are repellents for children. Children should not use them on their own. In no case should repellents be applied under clothing, only on open areas of the body. Be careful not to get it in your eyes. it is very dangerous. We must remember that attracts insects, attracts insects, smells and bright colors. Therefore, we behave accordingly. So when you are going to nature, you just need to think about the potential risks, that the necessary medicines with you. Do not skimp on repellents. You can think or not think about yourself, but you simply have to think about children. Therefore, I am sure that you will think about it and all possible troubles will bypass you. See you soon.